everybody out there, and welcome back to another episode of the Project Webtoons podcast. You know, that bi-weekly show where we cover some of the hottest webtoons around for the whole world, and so you can hear our just ramblings and nosing. But it's, of course, I'm going to start us off with your host, the boy. It's Sleepy.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Seraph here.
Hey.
And it is Arc Dragoon.
Hey, gents. How you guys doing out there this week?
Hot.
Hot? Really?
Very hot outside.
Really?
It's very humid out today.
It wasn't that bad.
It was hot.
For
No,
real? It wasn't this morning.
bad.
This was not that bad. Like, I had my windows open pretty much from like 7 to noon, and it was fine. Like,
No, then noon hit, and then afternoon, it
crept
became
up.
super sticky out there.
Okay.
For no reason.
I get you. Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, no, I did not have any of that problem when I was when it was throughout the day. But like the rest of the week wasn't that bad. I would think it was fairly normal like the other couple of days. Didn't it rain?
I guess it's because I'm moving around a lot at work.
That's probably true. I could definitely see
and
that.
working on cars and stuff. When you're up next to the engine right after it's running, it's super hot in the day.
Yeah, I'll definitely see that be the leading cause for some heat.
Rain is kind of a good thing, and then it turns into
and then
a
it turns
double-edged
bad.
sword.
It
Nah,
definitely
man, when
does.
it's hot and then it rains, you get hot rain, and that's not fun.
No. Ooh, no. That's not a good time. Oh, that just reminds me like being back down in Florida when it would rain out there, and they'd be like, "Oh, it'll like cool off." It's like, that's not the way that works out there. It's gonna get it gets real warm even with that rain in there. So, but yeah, coming at us with this week, we got quite a bit of a dump of chapters for sure. Everything updated, at least one chapter or another, but a lot
So we got 4.
Inso. Oh, I mean, when we were doing last week, we didn't have one when we tried, and then all of a sudden, like literally the next day, they just dropped four chapters all at once, and I was just like, their scheduling is so weird. Or whoever's doing the translations for that is just all over the place. It's crazy, but yeah. So, but no, Inso got some nice hot chapters. We finally got what's going on and what the plan is. My wife got one new chapter, and that one was pretty freaking hilarious for sure. Son of the Demonic Master turned dark, real dark.
It went from, oh hey, we're all just having jobs.
Everyone's
at a cafe.
joking at a cafe.
I'm
It's like,
super popular and yada yada, and then out of nowhere, get that guy.
Oh yeah, so we got tons and tons to talk about this week for sure. So everyone stay locked in, and we can get it started here. Let's say we're gonna go in some a bit of a messed up reverse order all the way around, because I want to jump a bit around for some of these things. But actually, let's start off here at the very tail end like we normally would. Let's start off actually with TrashHero. So
Man, that catfish,
Well,
bro.
we still don't know why the mermaid was a bitch, but
we don't. But the point being is
The
from the
catfish
last
has
chapter is
The
that
catfish has legs.
the catfish
bro.
has legs. The plan is super screwed all the way across the board.
Dude, plan is just out all over the damn place.
Oh,
actually,
yeah, it is.
you know, in hindsight, once the mermaids explained how their song worked, I don't think
realized.
I can no. I think they would have failed anyways eventually.
I mean, would they have?
Even like when he straight up said, I should have fucking interrogated Hunter, I should have put up negotiations to be much more fiercer, that would have definitely
Well, he
failed
said he should have
everyone.
just used fear and dominance to make them do what he wanted.
That would have definitely still awoken the freaking catfish.
No. What I mean is, I think it's an inevitability that the catfish thing would have woken up, no matter whether or not it was a good or bad thing. Because the mermaids explained it that it's like based on their emotions and like based on like how they feel towards basically everything, because they're trying to protect like everything. So they have to like, oh yeah, we want to protect everything, therefore the song works. But like if humanity would have gone down the route that in the first route anyways, where they all kind of like treated the hero as trash and basically human being greedy as fuck, it still would have ended up bad. Like,
Well, that's not
there's an
technically true,
inevitability.
because the first time he went through, apparently he was still treated like trash, and at some point within that, he ran into her, and this never came up. So
No, but it's not that it never came up. It's that it never went long enough for it to come up.
well, we don't know if that ever was one of the paths. How
This is
far
an
there?
inevitability period, though.
I mean,
Let's think of it this way: if this world is set up as like a game by the gods to test and also like train heroes and such, there is no point in having this catfish god in the water unless there's a fucking point. Like,
well, that's not saying it's inevitability because
you don't play Final Fantasy 7 and then like have like side quests that do absolutely nothing unless there was a point to it.
But that's the thing, like a video game, there's always a flag or a trigger. If that is never put into place or that never occurs, then that scenario never happens.
Yes, but that's why the flag was already an inevitability, right?
But it's not an inevitability because in the first time around, he never triggered it, so therefore this quest never generated. So it technically in the game sense, it would have stayed asleep forever. Because the only way that would have occurred is if he actually triggered the flag, meaning the hero needs to do that. If he doesn't do it, then they'll just continuously be there because no one would ever bother the mermaids. They would just they would be, you know, isolated and by themselves and completely fine. I mean, the only reason that this even occurred so far has been because there was a drought, and as we've seen from the 3 runs, there was never a drought in any of those. So him doing certain things in different ways is changing the events, which are causing different flags and different quests to open up. Otherwise, he would have knowledge of, you know, this sea creature, because you figure at some point the mermaid princess would have brought it up, even if they were treating her, even if she was treating him like trash. So I don't think
they would have brought it up anyways.
I mean, it's not saying that it wouldn't be. If he's the hero, why wouldn't they bring it up? They'd figure that it's something.
Because they don't trust humans.
But
that was the whole deal. I feel like why.
But neither did the Elf Queen, and she still asked for his help in the overthrowing of her brother in the first time. So.
No, she didn't ask him for help to overthrow her brother.
Well, she still accepted the help to do it, and then she didn't kill him at the first go. So
no, she did it herself.
I thought
the only help that he offered her was helping her escape the slave thing, and then afterwards, events just unfolded where the king chose her as the next queen of the elves.
Well, no, because her brother started the coup. And
yeah,
then
but
he
never participated in the coup though.
I thought he did in the first run. Like, she would have died in the slave. Her saving her from the slave trade basically led her to be able to take on the coup. Because if she wasn't there, Dad would have died.
But saving her from that is just a happenstance of saving her from being a slave.
It's
not actually.
It's still interjecting,
participating in.
Okay. He's not actively participating, but his interjection does mean that, you know, she was able to overturn the coup. Because if she's not there, the coup goes through and the brother becomes king. That's essentially like where I'm getting at that level. But
I'm only counting like direct action and not like, oh yeah, I indirectly helped this coup.
I mean, that's still direct action. He did something and it indirectly affected something else. I'd still consider that direct action in that regard. But we're getting way off topic, going down that terrible rabbit hole there. Yeah, so going back to this, even with the way that was set up, the mermaids may not trust the humans on the level, but we know that the queen at least trusts him at some point because she was dating the previous hero. We do know that the mermaid princess did join his party at some point in the first run. So the inevitability of this potentially being a flag that could have come up is plausible, but it just never triggered because he probably just completely went into a different path. But still, this time around, you know, granted, he said that this plan was, he was expecting this plan to go badly. He just didn't know quite how bad. And I don't think his goal or his ideal that if he was more fierce and more tyrant-like, that the plan would have worked out better. Since, like you said, the whole song is based on their emotion, and I don't feel like people who are being massively oppressed are gonna somehow be happy.
But
No.
I think he would have been able to extract information way earlier about it.
I mean,
I think that's what his problem was. He was like, oh, if I had known that this is the catfish god and it could do this, I would have been prepared for it.
the funny thing is that it's to think that he would get more information if he was more tyrant-like is kind of even an up in the air thing, because I mean, he's changing his tactics each time and becoming more ruthless with each run, and he's still seemingly getting, like, he gets a little more information, but he doesn't get enough to, like, actually change every favor, you know, or change every event into his favor much better. He usually has to end up doing something a little darker to complete the goal at hand. This time around, I'm not sure what it's going to be. I know that his goal is still probably to try and get Seed killed at some point. I know that's probably somewhere in his goal line, but now with it being a fish man giant thing, I don't know if that's going to work out exactly the way as he expects. So, future predictions for this one. Any thoughts, either of you two?
No.
Really? None?
It could end up in a failure, or he could just still end up winning, but a ton of sacrifices and then end up as a failure.
That is...
Either way, it's going to end in a failure.
Well, I mean, yes, it's going to end in failure, for sure. But,
yeah, the only other way I could see him just pulling through is end up killing Ululu.
Well, I mean, I figured he's either going to kill Ululu or
try and get Ululu under his control.
Yeah, that would be the other thing, is he may take it under his control. I mean, he's managed to do it with some other things that, you know, he never did on the first run, and with his current demonic power level, it seems like it may be feasible, but I don't know what extra stats the divine being has. It may be immune to some things. They didn't classify it as like one of the great calamities or anything, the same way as like that one dragon. I don't think it was. Right?
Oh, the
because there's like what? There's like five, like there's, I think it's five like great calamities or like massively powerful beings in the world that, you know, no one's are supposed. Dragon was one of them. They're never supposed to mess with.
And I guess Ululu is another one.
I would guess. He didn't say that.
A creature that's called a Chaos Titan for, you know, the race.
Yeah. So I figure that might be one of those. This might be another thing that he ends up beating, and it gives him another either star on the like question mark ability, or it'll also give him a new another new ability that he gets to carry over. We'll have to see what Ululu can do, because that's the one thing we haven't, outside of that, we know that it can bring rain. Just an endless amount of rain. So.
Yes.
Yes. So, more to wait for that one. Just wanted to really quickly get that one through, since I know that we're more or less fast-pacing that chapter, is hoping that will get out a little bit quicker and can finish off this run and see what the failure set is. Lenova is still just so happy to help out every time. I just enjoy how much she just is like completely oblivious to how evil he is. just
adorable,
completely oblivious. But we'll keep moving on there over into our next one. Let's actually go over to, how about we go to Inso's Law, since we missed it last show and we didn't have any chapters. Now we've got 4.
Yep.
4 chapters to cover. You are all welcome.
They all find out the truth about the car accident, about her almost being run over, and then she starts running away with Blondie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blondie. She starts running with Blondie, trying to get away from
Rudolph.
Her friends are initiating the plan to like get the guy who like
not just the guy.
senior, right?
They're trying to get him and the other seniors in the group, the whole crew. So they're trying to like
small little game they got going on there.
Yeah.
And then they managed to get the actual 4 the top rankers in the school, like the seniors, you know, into this plan.
Well, the funny thing is I don't know if they're all rankers of this school specifically.
They might be.
They might be some from other schools as well, but very specifically, the person who gets who gets these top rankers together is our is our homeboy, the kid.
Is our adorable little child.
Yes, our adorable little man child.
Adorable kiddo.
Please don't use your genius for evil.
Okay.
Yeah, when Dan Ice said,
Yeah.
like, please don't use your brains to hurt people, and he's like,
just the shady look, right?
And besides that, the most important fact is that he's the only one who keeps notes.
Well, extensively, like police network crazy notes.
He's noticed that she's disappeared before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's noticed. It was after that first, when they had that talk,
When they had
the first time, I think that caused him to.
If I remember correctly, he's also the one where after when that moment happens, he's like, no, I know that it happened. Like he was and it wasn't just because it was like a missing or anything. No, I believe he's always known. Period.
I don't know. I didn't get that from the chapter because I think I remember before, like he ended up trying to call her, or he tried to call somebody. He tried to call her on the phone, and
who am I calling?
Yeah, he forgot in the middle of it, and that's where it like
went away.
But he's the only one who's like more than likely at least felt like there was something wrong.
I think I think he does notice that something's off.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel for sure that he knows that something's off, and that's why he's doing the extensive note taking and everything. He does seem to be the one that's more I don't want to say worried, but at least he's well, he is a genius. He's being more effective at trying to make a system, like just basically a safety net, so if something occurs, which is new because this is completely surprising to his character, because usually we always see him as the little kind of the goof, to everyone else, but out of everyone he probably is the most serious on all levels. So yeah, just that panel of the network of notes that he's made to try and remember when that event occurs again is kind of scary, but also kind of nice that someone in the group is like really is taking that seriously when she made the comments.
Taking initiative in it.
Yeah.
For when that time comes again, next year or whenever it shows up. Because so far it's only happened to her once a year.
Yeah.
On a specific day.
Mm-hmm. And that's the big notice that we've had. Now the crew that he pulled together, which is led by his older cousin. They just had to give that trope to this. The I love my little Oni-chan. My little cousin.
Man,
he's just so adorable.
He had in his phone, bro. My adorable little cousin Junho.
and the heart symbols. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna like the little bit of time that he's there. I'm not sure how violent the group is gonna get. Granted,
considering the fact that they were like, we gotta teach these guys a lesson because they are breaking morals.
Yes, they're breaking unspoken rules of the school and how you're supposed to handle yourself, even if you're being a delinquent.
To bring in, normal students.
Yeah,
we're special. Right? we're not supposed to bring in the casuals.
So yeah, I thought that this whole the plan that was going on was that they were with her running around, especially with what's his name, Jin-un, walking around and like making fun of her, like as he's texting her. He's like sending her like notes like, we're getting closer. Oh, you're so fucked.
We're 3 seconds away. We're in classroom 3.
I figured that the whole point of the plan was like to get her to run so that they could like run interference while the other group is going to be like taking out the random gangsters who did this. So, but it looks like they actually were trying to find her. But
I'm just waiting after where
the fight goes down.
Where homegirl lost in German suplex his ass. That's what she's gonna do. It's gonna happen.
You just really want to see that from Euro Yang, don't you? No.
Yes.
Your fanboyism, I swear. But yeah, so
fanboyism for German suplex.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is.
To be more specific.
So we've got that plan set up, and the end panel with all of them like basically boxing her in so she can't run away any further.
No, they're
And
boxing her in so she doesn't realize that they've done this thing to get back at the scene.
the plan. The plan.
Yeah.
The plan. Well, also to confront her about, the whole situation that,
Lying?
yes. Well, more, she didn't lie. She just withheld some of the truth. I mean, come on. She just didn't say everything. But yeah, that end panel with Injun just reaching out his hand and being like, "Come here." I was like, "What's going on there?" I don't know if that was a command or if that was a just please come to your friends. We'll talk. We won't scream.
I feel like it was more like, "Hey, get away from the blondie."
I mean,
because they saw him, hug, hold hands, and run away. All he's really trying to do is protect her.
I mean, I figured the first person
Right.
that would make a move and be almost viciously violent about that would be Yero Yang. Right away, Yero Yang would just show up and just be like, "I'm gonna kill this fucker right now."
I don't know about that, Chief, bro. We see them throw hands. I don't
Exactly.
know. Keep up. What's up?
I don't know. I'd like to see that battle. I mean, she made German suplex. You'll get more than one. Hell, she may throw out a
People pay
complete.
good money for that.
I'll get best of both worlds. What's up?
Let's not go into get into what weird fetishes some folks might or might not have. No shame.
I'm just like,
no king shame here.
Bro, you ever see that one anime where the principal German suplex?
Yes, German suplex is the deer. Yes, we've all seen it.
German suplex, right?
We've all seen it. That poor deer.
So, whose hand do you think she's gonna choose? Blondie McBlonderton or blue-haired?
I would say friends, just because they're all there.
We'll see.
We will definitely see. I mean, I don't think that. I mean, for a second there, I figured Blondie was going to open a window real quick and just be like, "Come with me." But I was like,
jump again.
I mean, I already done it once before. It's a legitimate strategy for her, so makes perfect sense. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get not another 4-chapter dump after like 2 weeks again. Maybe some consistent chapters, one after the other, would be nice. Maybe they should do the same thing with like Red Storm is doing right now, where I think they're releasing a chapter a day. Yeah, like this whole week has been like almost a chapter a day. It's been crazy.
Ah,
So, but yeah,
they must have took a hiatus.
they must have. I don't know. I don't know, but it's been daily, and I've been like trying to keep up every time. But still, this one was this was a good one to end off on for a little bit of the cliffhanger. But I am ready to see what that throwdown is gonna look like.
Oh yeah, big time.
Big time for sure. All right, let's move on to our next ones here. Let's actually since we were with the kids, let's go to the dad. We're gonna see Peerless Dad now.
Oh man, he's making his way down the mountain with the kids and the warriors.
He's got an army of civilians and an army of tired warriors. It does not look good overall.
He's anyone who's able to, make the journey.
I mean, yeah, he can totally do it by himself. It's completely feasible for him, but having all this extra baggage and weight and load to carry, it's not something he was prayed for.
He's got to keep up with the kids. He's got to keep up with the fucking, the
No,
other guy.
like he would be perfectly fine if the rest of the warriors, like he was expecting, like the rest of the warriors to be on par with him.
Crew.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah.
He was like, "Hey, these guys are supposed to be professionals. I'm expecting them to be professionals." And he's like, "Man, these are bitches. Like, they're not any better than like the the guards."
Well, they're no better than the first-rate warriors.
Was like, it smell like bitches.
I do like that battle. I'm just like, I'll let you down for a little bit of rest. Just one kid, and he's just rolling with like 4 of them.
Yeah,
It's like, what do you mean rest?
We don't get that here.
Like, what are you talking about? If I'm carrying like 4 fucking kids and you're barely carrying one on your shoulder, like, bitch.
Like, I get why he wants to keep moving because this is literally an entire life or death situation.
It's not only that, you know, he's got, but it's much. What's that? It's a bunch of students. It's much more dangerous to try and move at night with them, or to even take rest. And it's like, though at the pace they're moving, it's going to take like 2 days to get down the mountain. So he's trying to make as much ground as he can, so while there's actual light. And yeah, and granted, now the kids aren't in like a good state either, so even if something comes up, it's not a great chance that, you know, they could run, because some of them are hurt, some of them are completely tired and depleted, they're exhausted,
hungry, thirsty, you know, all the above. I really
You mean like the bit where, you know, he was like, I have jerky, let me share
the
to
hungry
you. And then all the kids are like, man, we hungry too. And he's like, nah, y'all bitching for my food.
And I love that
rich kids.
I love that you know, warrior know when don't share with them if they're not willing to.
Yeah, if they don't want it when it's given freely as a gesture of goodwill, don't give it to them in their time of need. We'll give it to people who actually we'll give it to the warriors. We'll give it to those who actually can use it. So yeah, no, I did love the like quick lesson not to completely just bury them down, like, you know, hey, it's always good to give to people in need, but it's like they didn't want it when they, you know, they considered it dog food and called me names where it's like, all right, then fine. You know, we don't have to help those that, you know, aren't willing to accept the generosity. We can move on to people who really do want it and need it. But yeah, so leave some of the punks to starve. For sure this will turn around when they get back. Since I'm sure this will
teach those rich kids.
It'll teach them a little bit of a lesson.
Little rich kids.
So yeah.
Mysterious character showing up.
A mysterious, yes. So and so.
Extremely mysterious character.
An unknown character did show up.
All right, so just before we start, am I the only one who has like moments where Seraph here is like fades in and out?
What do you mean fade in and out?
Like
I'll be silent for something else, and then like, oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
He looks fine. It might just be you.
It's fine. I just want to make sure it's not just, you know, like it's everyone.
No?
If it's me, then I can ignore half of Jimmy anyways. It's fine.
You're the special. It's all right. So yeah. So we've gone through that whole ordeal. We've rested one night, or at least into one night, and they're continuing down the mountain, and then the ambush happens.
A new challenger appears.
Yes. Someone pressed the A button and walked in onto the screen. So we've got the challenger coming up. I'm guessing it's one of the high elite assassins that appeared before and took out some of the other guards. So Warrior now is basically like, I can't drop the kids. I basically got to be the distraction. I'm gonna be.
He could end up being an ally.
It could be. I don't know the chances of that.
Like so far.
He rushed in, though.
But the way that dude rushed him, like crazy eyed, like.
Yeah, but all the masters so far, like the higher tier masters, they're all kind of fucking crazy at some level.
That's true.
Yeah. Like everyone has like some sort of like.
Okay.
Quirk.
Okay. The high tier masters are crazy,
like,
but that doesn't mean that they're good guys. That does not mean that they're good guys.
Yeah, but he could be an ally. Just because you're an ally doesn't mean you're a good guy.
Like
I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, when Ox showed up on it with a smile on his face and a few dead bodies.
Yeah, so like
we didn't know who he was, but he just murked some people. So
everyone's kind of like weird in here. So
God, but he's not a good guy.
Just like how like the old man teaching the daughter, he's like, no, I don't do any of that stuff anymore, except when like in desperate needs. Like,
what do you mean in desperate needs? When someone messes with my pupil? Yes, yeah. I leave 8 duffel heads in a bag. I leave 8 heads in a duffel bag. That's what I do on your doorstep.
Yeah. Everyone has their quirks. It's fine.
I still don't want to say if that's like a quirk or a notable way of like discerning from the bad guys to the good guys as well, or if allies are not.
Who's strong and who's not?
Exactly. So
especially since like what part of the concern was like, oh, is this guy from like the Blade clan? Was it whatever it is, right? Or
I
the
think
Sword
so.
clan.
one of the associations
I
of
didn't
the Blade
like.
Clan.
I didn't see him have a sword or anything on him, so I
He
was
didn't
just
have
like,
a uniform. He didn't have anything. He just
No.
seemed like a regular
Like he thought it
dude.
was just like he might have just been like one of like the mountain folks or one of the bums that just is around. So like he doesn't recognize him in any way. So it's,
to be that wild, man.
I mean, this world is it's filled with crazier things. So I'm not surprised by a random attacking hobo. That does not at all surprise me here. But either way, he now basically, you know, he squares up but he doesn't drop the kid. Like he tells the kid, he's like, you know that game we used to play? All right, you need to do that, but for real. And if you fall, it's his life or death now. So he's taking the way to the kid while he's about to go fight this guy. So I'm kind of interested to see how that battle is going to play out, because it seems like he's not usually like before when he fights most others. He seems like he just beats him to the point of basically being incapacitated. But it looks like this might be a fight of no, I'm just gonna have to straight up kill this dude right away. There's no playing this time. This is basically my kids getting taken again. Everyone in the path is dead, regardless. So yeah, I'm ready for that next chapter. I want to see how exactly crazy this dude is, or if he ends up becoming an ally, or if it's like that weird thing where, you know, he's an obstacle, but he becomes an ally after you like beat him because I needed this.
It could be something kind of stupid where like this guy was one of the dad's like previous mercenary dudes, but then he grew a beard, so you don't recognize him, and he's like,
Would you really think it would be that bad?
I mean, at this point, it's like he's kind of met people just coincidentally. It'd be like
he has, but I mean, at least the one dude he didn't notice because he literally had a mask on his face.
Yeah, but let's be honest, the dad isn't the brightest bulb either, though.
Well, for the last like how many chapters has he displayed like rather a higher level of intelligence, understanding some of the politics, battle plan. I mean, I won't even.
How can you have common sense when your martial art is like, nah, let me just beat you with a stick. This is how you get strong.
How do you apply common sense in Meiji era battles? Like random battles, a random hobo battle appears to you. Tell me where the common sense comes in.
Meiji era battles, simple. You go Oda style.
You
gun power, okay? Guns win. That's how
you don't have guns here.
You got martial arts and a fucking dream.
You have punch real good.
You have punch real good. But even then, that may not mean success. So, like
punch harder.
Punch harder.
Even then, this dude could just probably be a random ass passerby.
Man,
not knowing what's going on. He's just going on his way about whatever the fuck is.
That would be so.
You know?
That would be just so out of here just to have that happen. Just a random nobody just passing by and just like, I'm gonna fight somebody today.
Did that not happen with no?
Like, what if he just runs past them and he's like, what?
That would be so anticlimactic. I would fall out of my seat. I'd just be like, I'm gonna just roll on the ground right now. What? Like either this is a setup for something weirder, or I don't even know. But that would be an awkward turn of events for that to happen. I don't know. That's just too crazy for me to even comprehend on that level. But yeah, so either way, the panel ends off with no squaring up, ready to take this dude on if it comes to that. So we got either a really cool and interesting battle, or we've got a very odd battle that's coming our way. I don't know. Either which way.
We get a battle.
Either which way, it'll be hilarious. I don't know if maybe they'll even give us another jump chapter and we'll just go back over to whatever the kids are doing, since I know they made that comment about going out.
The daughter was like, y'all stupid.
Yes.
This ain't happening, Chief.
they both are not. They both are like, they take after their dad, at least in the intelligence department. It's very much so.
Do you know how long that trip is? How are you gonna do? Walk there?
Take a horse.
Take a horse, unless they find someone that can give them some other weird ability, as we've keep seeing that they keep running into all the time.
Obviously, you just run real good.
If you punch real good in this world, why not run real good? That'll get you wherever you need. Either way.
What do you mean? We can walk in the fucking sky, right? That's how that works.
Yeah, they got the skywalk up in here. What you mean?
Oh, good God. Yeah. Either way, good chapter. Ready for the next. Ready. Want to get down to see what that's going to end up with for sure. Yeah. I don't know if I have anything else more to say on that. That's just not going to be like me just throwing off into the ether with random comments all over the place. But if either of you two, you got anything else on those? Nope.
No,
all good.
I covered it.
Coolly. All right, let's go ahead and we'll move on to our next one. Let's see. Let's toss this up in the air with. How about we do Descent of the Demonic Master? Y'all two take this one. I want to see what y'all two got to say on this.
They start out the chapter with a Kia driving on by some dude walking in the street, crash, and then he just kills him.
I mean, okay. I want to go back to before that one chapter where the association president tells them that they need to unleash something, and the two
no. Hey, our big boss is completely crazy that he doesn't want demonic cultivators. Cool. Psst, psst. Our secret weapon is a demonic cultivator. And I'm like, are you stupid? What?
Are you kidding me?
How does it look like it ever works out well at all? Ever?
Well, this dude does. I don't know if this dude is straight up all the way to demonic cultivator, at least on the same level as our homeboy. As much as it looks like he's just been 100% consumed by it.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
definitely been 100% consumed by
that's the
it.
problem with demonic cultivation most of the time, where you get consumed by basically the monster that's inside of you.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't see it every time on every level in some ways, but still,
Yeah,
just
but that's because like most of the time we see it from like the main from
the main character. We see them like
no, I got this.
we
It's
see
fine.
them realize it, and then they like fight it off in some way. But still,
Example, Red Storm.
yes, like but it's because he did it the wrong way. So, but yeah, that the secret weapon, which apparently the boss doesn't know about, which I'm sure is going to make it splash, and those two are either going to die, or the one dude is, because he straight up killed that one guy when they went to go give him the mission.
Man, I'll be honest. This is not the most discreet guy ever. Like he's like, no, I just go and kill people in a beeline towards the guy I'm trying to kill. You're like,
I mean,
wait.
Anything is in my way, they die.
Okay.
I mean, as long as he's not seen, it's kind of like the
I feel like this is,
I feel like
Hold up.
I do feel like this is them using a like steamroller to try and crush an ant for them. They're overpowering this way too hard. But yeah, that dude just killing those two people in the car, I was just like, what the fuck?
Right after he got hit by the car too.
Yes. Oh, I don't even know if he got hit. They say that they saw the shadow and then it was gone. It doesn't.
I think he jumped because he landed on the top of the car.
Yeah,
right?
I think he jumped.
Okay, yeah. All right.
But yeah.
Or safety rolled out of it.
Which either way, still, yeah. Either way, that's here nor there for that. He just straight up murdered those folks. I was just weird way to start that chapter right off the get-go. Because just right after that, we get them back in the cafe, and our sister is back. Actually, made her way out of the cafe because now she's on a regular like daytime show. What's up?
We're just trying to work 3 days a week, not 5. And I was like,
well, she's able to.
Yeah.
I was just like, really? She pulled some bullshit for that to get her ass out of it, and left our homeboy trapped. Junho's just
The only bit I kind of have a problem with is, okay, do any of you two remember who the drawing girl is? Did she show up before?
I don't remember her. For like a hot second, I thought it was our one homeboy.
You mean the
gamer
androgynous kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was him
I
for
thought
a
it was
hot
him
second.
too, and then it wasn't. I was like, no. I was like, it's a different character. I was
No,
like,
yeah, no, I don't
Wait,
remember her. She's complete.
Did she show up before? Like,
I'm not sure. I think she's just a random throw-in character because new scenario or new environment scenario. We're at the cafe, so
I mean, she could have showed up like last chapter or something. At least give me that, right?
Because her dad did say that, like, I mean,
She's a regular here all the time.
yeah, she's a regular here all the time. So
Is she? I read this all the fucking time.
What are you at, homie?
Yeah, so no, she was just a random happenstance character that just came in. I have not seen her at all before. I don't know if she's been in the background. Granted, I don't remember any other time.
Even more so, how would he have not noticed her if she literally like, sits there for hours on end drawing him beforehand? Like, I'll be like, wait. He's supposed to be like, I wouldn't say like back to master level, be like, oh yeah, I noticed everything. You're like, but not this one girl who's like, guys, I have no presence at all, apparently. Like,
I mean, it's kind of easy to see how he could probably let that scoot by since pretty much he's been, like a week-long thing. He's pretty much constantly like engaged with people because they keep pulling him away from the job to take pictures and stuff. So he's kind of almost seeming like he zones out a bit. Like he doesn't focus in on everything as much as he's just trying to do the job and just he's not a people person. He's not a people person.
What they should have done is like have her in the background of all of those scenes where we saw him working, and he'd be like, I never noticed her before, but we all look and be like, but she was there the entire time.
There she is. Yeah, it would have been better if it were for that. This is kind of a random throw-in character, but it's not the worst thing, and it's not unheard of.
No, I'm just saying this was the
one nitpick.
The one nitpick of this chapter, yes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's fine, but I mean, to add in a random story beat, because I don't know if I would have, I don't know how I would have handled that if it was like mom, dad, or his sister that runs into this dude right away.
A complete stranger.
But yeah, just a regular stranger that apparently is a regular at our shop, and he has one meaningful interaction with,
and she's like somehow the artist of like solo leveling.
Solo leveling or a WEBTOON.
No, she's the artist for all of those WEBTOONs, and that's why like all the main characters look exactly
the same. But they all have the same. But they all have the same facial expression too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That was. I don't know if that was a weird jab at them or whatnot. Either way. But at the same time,
like it's viewers' omniscient viewpoint, or it's like, oh, it's Tomb Raider. It's like these are all the fucking same guys. they just
like,
we know why.
They just move through panels. That's all. They just go from one to the other. This way they keep that revenue coming in. That's all it is. But yeah, so after the encounter and then his little quote unquote modeling gig there for her, forced modeling gig, she walks out and heads home and bumps right into our demonic cultivator, and yeah, that end panel.
Same chapter.
Starts with blood, ends with blood.
We don't know really yet.
We don't know if she ended with murder, but blood was definitely spilled.
Blood on the dance floor?
Yes. A little bit. You're gonna have to mop that up. No, you need to mop it up. We can't have that just sitting here.
No.
We'll see how that works out.
There are plenty of greasy bodies. They'll wipe themselves up.
No, I'm gonna put them in your bed. Anywho, yeah. So yeah, like you said, just like the first panel, starts with blood, ends with blood. I did like all the comment reactions to that when they saw it. They're like, "Oh my god, drawing girl." No! Like, everyone attached to her pretty quickly.
I was like, wait, how are any of you attached to this person already?
Wait, are you really sure that...
She was looking for 5 fucking panels.
Is that really that hard to see how people would attach to them? I mean, people see 2 pictures of a kitten, and they're like, oh my god, I hope nothing bad happens to that. Come on. It doesn't take much. Plus, she
Fair
came through. She came through as a rather sweet character. She seemed
Eh,
nice. She wasn't pushy. Other than the weird, creepy thing about wanting to take pictures of
Two
her.
chapters of her, I can get it, but like barely in like she's in half of this one. It was just like,
Yeah,
but she's
They were
But
all
just
hoping-
kind of like-
you're usually immune to cute and sweet things, though. So it
Hey,
takes
we're
you
all
time.
waiting for a new
Yeah,
ship.
yeah,
No,
that's
I'm
what you
not.
get. Yeah, you are.
no, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No,
Uh-huh.
no.
Yep.
So far, what I've seen, yeah.
I read Demon King's Daughter. That's adorable
Uh-huh. That doesn't mean anything. How many chapters does it take for you to like them?
from the beginning.
I don't believe that.
Yeah,
I don't
you
believe
should
that.
read it.
We'll see.
It's adorable.
I still have to read the skeleton and baby thing. That's adorable.
Dude, that's also, but I haven't seen a new chapter of that for a while now.
I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want
okay.
to go too far on that. But yeah, so predictions. Possible next chapter.
Hands are gonna
Is
be
she
thrown.
dead?
And
Is
then
she?
he's
But
go-
The hands are gonna be
the-
Oh,
thrown.
is she gonna?
the
is
question
she dead?
is she dead? Do we think she's dead, or did he just mutilate her slightly to leave a message?
I don't think it makes a difference.
I mean, I don't think it makes it. Well, I think it would make a difference for some folk. I'm sure some folk are like petitioning. We don't want her dead.
Okay, literary wise, the way it is right now, it really doesn't make a difference. She's kind of a throwaway at this point. If she does die, then like there's no real emotional attachment to her at all. Besides,
But I think literary-wise, it wouldn't matter because it was enough to make him smile about it. And the fact of the matter is that he just had another person in his life die. So to have that taken away again would actually play well for the character. I mean, the whole thing with him, with even going to the military and learning, is just to be able to live with other people, even those that are weaker than you. And the end of this chapter with him seeing like, oh, after all of this kind of annoying life of, you know, being in the cafe and him wanting, like, even asking to want to do something else, or, you know, be able to go somewhere and do another thing, to see him like, you know, it's not so bad doing this. Someone at least gets some enjoyment out of it, and that was enough. And then all of a sudden he's gonna get news like, oh yeah, that person that you saw yesterday that you made really happy, yeah, she just got killed by this unknown person or creature.
I mean, he's gonna be able to tell immediately that it was like, you know.
Well, he may go to the
maybe.
site and may find something. I don't know. It depends on how he may take it. We don't know if he's going to see it as as something from the association, or if he's going to see it from something from the other group. Because I mean, the association hasn't actually made an appearance in front of him yet, but that one group has.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a chance that he may see it as, oh, this is them trying to get to me, and he may go out and attack them. Rather than it being like, oh, no, this is the association actually coming at you because they just want you murked and finished. So now, and also granted, if they do that, which he will end up meeting this dude and throwing hands. I'm only wondering like how long it'll take before that news reaches the king, and he sees what they did, and he turns around and goes, "What the shit did you just release?" And I have to advocate the throne to go take care of this situation because it's just making a mess. So could this be the thing that gets the king off the seat, or even one of the others?
It might be, because the king really wasn't about, bringing in civilian casualties.
I mean, yeah, he wanted this discreet and quiet, and they chose the loudest motherfucker to do the job.
Yeah, I didn't understand this plan of theirs.
I mean, does anyone ever understand the plan of the goons, really?
No.
I mean, that's why they're the goons. They always try and find like some cheap shortcut to get the situation done with the least amount of effort on their part, and it always ends up turning out really stupid, or worse than it could have ever possibly have been. So, but either way, yeah, I was taken aback by the opening and ending for this chapter. I was not sure how that was going to end, but I'm sure that it's definitely gonna put Junho on a completely different level. Like he's gonna either tell the whole family that they either just can't leave the house for a little bit, since he knows he's basically got people he's got to worry about for those guys, or it's gonna be him going on a night hunt for this person. Either way, I am kind of hoping that this does force him to bring out his weapons this time, because he has to fight another demonic cultivator, and it's not just.
It's whether or not he can utilize them.
Well, I mean, you've already gone through a few different levels of training, and I believe he said he's got his energy back up to a certain level. So, I mean, the only thing now is for him to actually, attempt, which is the one thing we haven't actually seen him bring up or talk about yet, because he hasn't attempted to try. So, but either way, I will definitely look for it, because I want to see what he can do with those swords for sure, and I want to see what they can do as well. I'm kind of hoping like a weird Final Fantasy blade beam thing, like across this panel. Just a little bit. Or even an Omni Slash. That'd be fucking dope. Just like a full panel of just him blades all over the page. Death from 1,000 cuts. But yeah, so good suspenseful chapter for this one all around. I was wondering how they were gonna like up the energy after the kind of the lull period with him in the military, and they definitely jumped right back into it in a real interesting way for this. But yeah, anything else from that one on YouTube? Anything I missed?
No,
good. All right, let's keep moving on here. We'll get to the next one. How about we touch over with a little bit of My Wife is a Demon Queen, since we got one chapter on that. So I know the last one we ended off with them in the desert getting attacked by a bunch of little goblins, and of course our homeboy with a regular simple pen basically just made cement ground to capture these dudes, and just the joking like collide, which was oh so funny. But the real thing happened when, of course, one of the pillars showed up, and yeah.
Rank 3.
A rank 3. And surprisingly enough, the rank 3, super stupid. Like, tog dumb. For real. Just, everything in this desert's supposed to be dead. I killed it. And then, crunch. What? My men are dead. You killed my men? You bastards! You
did it.
Killed your men. What? Are you sure?
I never would have stuck them the first place.
I love the rolling logic there. This is all your fault.
Wait, is this guy Republican? Like what?
Really?
Yeah.
No. Just
yeah.
Mm-mm. Good God.
Oh wait, sorry. That was a poor choice of words. Is this guy conservative?
Oh God.
Is this guy a Christian? Okay, no.
All right. I'm about to mute your ass.
Accurate, but
I am about to mute your ass. Oh my God. So yeah. We did get a little bit exposition there from YB, basically throwing out that she's got some of her powers back, but she is nowhere at a level to really take on one of the pillars. And from her explanation is that the pillars are actually, they're not on par with raids, they're actually a little above raids. So, and this is number 3. So this dude is
he number 3? I thought he was number 7.
Was he number 3 or number
3? He was one of the toughest of the toughest.
Yeah. So he's pretty high up there.
Number 7 was the air pillar.
Yeah, I thought that was the air pillar.
Or was that number 12?
Either way.
Whatever.
This dude was not someone to play with. Even with low intelligence, it's Lenny and you're the rabbit. That's what it is.
Yes.
Very much. So oh, well, someone needs to go read Of Mice and Men. But yeah, so this dude is basically about to throw the hurt down, and YB is like, yeah, we can't fight this. I'm not anywhere near powerful enough, and you do not have your staff or your pen, and I'm guessing most of his
you don't have the infinite pen.
Well, you have the infinite pen, but he also doesn't seem to have some of his weapons because he hasn't busted out anything else.
He hasn't
so
busted
far.
out his armor.
He hasn't busted his armor suit. He hasn't busted out like any guns. So either that got lost in the plane, or he's saving that for some other thing. But either way, this doesn't seem like a great situation for them to land in. So we figure
fine.
next. What's up?
They're main characters.
I know they're MCs. So what's up?
If it was anyone else, I'd be like, oh, we could be concerned about this. But it's these two. It'd be like, by our powers combined, the power of love defeats you. And I'd be like, oh, okay.
The power of friendship.
The power of friendship and heart. And that's when the real Captain Planet comes in and turns him into a tree.
Mm-hmm.
But either way with this, I'm guessing the next panels are going to be run.
A lot of running.
Or do we think they're actually going to try and stand up and fight some? Because Homeboy's not going to let him.
I would run.
You would run? Your plan is run? What about you, Ark?
Hey man,
what's your plan? Is your plan
I
fight?
Dang.
I don't think they have a choice but to fight.
You don't think so? You're thinking fight?
This guy kind of like popped out of nowhere.
I mean, he swims in the sand, street shark. So
yeah, so like, how are they gonna escape the fucking sand?
I mean, YB is still partially demon. She can jump really good. This is Samurai Jack level running.
We got punch really good.
We got punch really good. Now we jump really good. And our MC is always seemingly witty enough to come up with some stupid gag. And this guy is definitely dumb enough that I feel like he could make something stupid to distract him.
He's going to make a dirt bike or something.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be something like that. Or he'll like make some weird statue toy thing and the guy will just be completely enthralled. I can see a few different ways of like beating this character just for right now. But yeah, I definitely feel like run might be one of the options, or at least escape. Distract and escape will probably be the plan to go with. But you're saying fight. Is that what you're going with, Ark?
I think they have no choice but to.
Okay. We'll have to see what comes from that. So we got 2 on run and 1 on fight. I'm sure there'll be some little bit of battle, but I'm sure it's all going to be to escape, not actually take down. But either way, yeah, there wasn't too much to go off in that chapter. I feel like it was basically just a lot of setup to get to this next thing. We still haven't seen anything else from the other crews yet. We know that they're all doing their thing, and Reigns is still maybe up in the sky fighting off the sky pillar. I kind of hope you'd be able to like see him in the distance or something, because I feel like every little fight move he would do would be really, really fucking flashy.
Right?
I mean, the air sword thing, I figure like everyone can see that. We know where you are. So, but yeah, so the rest of the group's still scattered. We'll hopefully get in the next chapter. We'll figure out which one of our predictions is right here. But yeah, definitely going to look forward to that one. But if there's anything else for that, if I missed that, but we can move on to our next one here. We all good there?
We
good. Good. All right. We'll get over here into some horror this time. I'm gonna go check down in the sweet homes. What's up, Seraph? You had a reaction there.
Things are picking up. The tension is high. Seeing Hyun get up them stairs to the 14th floor to his room just to go through the fucking floor.
No, he didn't go through the floor.
He fell through the floor.
No. Did neither of you see that? It looked straight up like he
teleported.
It looks like he popped out of his window and came into her room through the window.
Was it? I don't know.
And I believe.
I got the chapter up right now. I'll take
and I believe she's on the floor above. I thought
she is in the floor above.
Yeah, so he popped through the window. I thought. I'm pretty sure that he busted through her window.
Let's see.
We'll see.
But yeah,
I don't know.
When we get there, it's way down there.
Yeah. But no, the tension is all over.
He did bust through the window.
I told you. He straight up busted through the window. He's like, ain't no time to go up the stairs. Just grabbed and flipped up the window, flipped over the window and busted through.
He pulled the ultimate gymnastic move. Dog, hold up.
He basically Batmaned through that window.
Yeah, from the bottom floor.
Yup, up.
Oh shit!
I told you.
More badass. Hold up.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy. I was like, did he just? I was like, but he's on the top. What the fuck? Oh yeah. So that is straight up popping off right there. And at the same time, the group upstairs is taking care of some of the monsters. Homeboy's arm is still effed the hell up. Actually, it got cut off in the scuffle.
No, it's more than just been cut off. He keeps shooting.
Well, he shot one of the pieces of the arm, but then one of the creatures like used its tongue thing and like cut off a part of his arm. So
yeah.
He basically went one armless, but it wasn't enough to do much because he basically just did the oh fuck no and just kept throwing him off the roof, which was great.
Like, oh here, let me show you my Piccolo style. Ah!
I was pretty much going with Netero right there. He's like, you think I need one arm? You think I need two arms to do this? Bah. Bah.
I mean, talk about the regeneration part, but okay.
I mean, he didn't have time. He was still in the middle of it. He needed time to regenerate. But they've got the grappling hook. They had the grappling hook set up. They got it launched, and it actually worked.
It is secure.
You know what? I'll be honest. I was surprised it randomly hit a fucking branch. Anyways, like it. Statistically speaking, it should have fucking missed. Okay.
Really? How would that be statistically speaking? It should have fucking missed in a giant forest.
The recoil of it would have fucking just,
Yeah, but it worked. Hey, Dusik doesn't make shit. All his work is perfect.
Yeah, sure.
Has any of his stuff? Has any of his shit not worked so far that he's made for them? He fixed the blade, the car worked, and the shield. Tell me something.
It didn't work for very long, but it worked, I guess.
But it worked enough to keep him alive. He's told him it's like, hey, this isn't a battle car to go out and and start off a fight with. This is literally armor to keep you safe long enough, and it did its job. So, I'm just saying, no hate on Dusik here. He's made us top quality shit every time.
Yeah, and the shield worked really well too with the flash.
Exactly. So, never gonna question that man's work ethic there. But yeah, so they got rid of the monsters. They got rid of the monsters on top. The grappling hook is secure, and the rest of the team is basically on the. Well, at least our one leader is basically on the. I can't hear the music anymore, so he thinks she's gone. But Homeboy is now in the room, and he's pretty much ready to monsterize and go take on. I think there's like 7 of them at the door right now. 7 or 8. There's a good chunk. There's a good chunk, and there's still more in the bait, and there's still more like on coming up because, yeah. So, but he looks like he's basically ready to just Wolverine, Weapon X just all through that building right now, which I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what that transform state is. I did buy the next chapter. I have not started it yet because I still got coins to burn. Don't shake your head at me. Don't shake your head at me. Hey, it's a good story.
We got a couple of them to actually, use the grappling hook, so we could see that it was functional.
I'm kind of wondering
that it was completely functional.
I'm kind of wondering who's gonna go first. I don't know.
Those knots.
I mean, Dusik, I would think he's the one that put it all together. So, but I'm kind of wondering who's gonna go first. I have a feeling it's gonna be the kids to get them out of there. But I also feel like what's her name is gonna be crazy and do something stupid.
Oh, the fat bitch.
Yeah. I mean, she partially redeemed herself by actually fighting one of the monsters.
That is not redemption at all. Okay?
5%.
Nowhere near redemption, bro.
5%. She was willing to help out.
For that.
Hey, she could have been straight up an asshole and just pushed one of them down the stairs, and you know it. Very much well. She could have totally just left one of them and just been like, oh, it's secure. Fuck all of you, and just ran towards it. But she fought. So like a 5%. It's not enough to completely forgive her. I'm still saying when they get down there, she should be bound to a tree. But still, enough to actually do something. So What we got for looking forward to for our next chapter? Are you guys ready for that fight? Or are you ready to see who's gonna fail on that that tightrope of death?
I'm excited for the fight. I'm just scared to see who's probably gonna end up falling first.
Who do we got? Who do you think's gonna fall?
If it ain't fat, it's gonna be bad.
What's up?
I already said it last time. The kids.
You say it's the
If
kids?
anyone falls, it's the kids.
So you're going with someone expendable though.
Yeah, but the kids are like actual heart tugs at the strings, though.
I could see it somewhat. Yeah, I could see it a little bit. What about I don't remember his name, but chubby dude with the fro who was helping him. He's the one that helped our homeboy set up.
See, he's a person who redeems himself. Who was like, "No, I was an idiot before," but he's like, "Nah, I gotta try hard now." Okay, that fat bitch is like,
Hey! He needed to go through a few different trials to get to all full redemption. But this is the start. This is how you get to that. I didn't say it was a complete redemption. I said we're starting. It always gets, you got to start somewhere. And if, caving a monster skull in is how you do it, then that's how you do it, by goddamn. But yeah, so I'm just thinking that, like, and this would be kind of the best plot-wise for him to kind of bite it, because he did redeem himself. He came all the way back. He's been helpful with the group all the way since. And, he seems to have, like, put a lease on trying to survive. And then only to get to this point, like, finally making it out, to a safe place and slip. And he just falls. I would figure, like, yeah, this would be the heartstring that I would figure would pull me the most. Like, that sucks. This dude was trying to be better. But, reality for this world. There's still a lot of people that we still have rolling around from the group, and per se that we're going to get more people since we know there are others that are still out there. So overall, did we at least like this chapter overall? There wasn't any like loose story bits that just came out of nowhere, at least.
I mean, I didn't hate it, but meh.
Just meh for you. What about you?
Meh.
What about you, Seraph? You liked it. Yeah, you and me together with that one. We like it. We had fun, and that's the important bit. All right, let's go ahead and we can move on to our last one to get ready and close out here. Actually, just today, since we found out about it, a full five chapters of Legendary Moonlight Sculptor. Because we got 40, 41, 42, 43, and 44. Yeah.
45 is real.
Full.
War is taking place, and it is starting. Oh.
Yes, we finally made it to the war. He made it. He sculpted his masterpiece for a homegirl, left it there, and made his way to back to the plains to the war. Homegirl saw the statue, and just one little tear.
Dude, she was crying, man.
We got a little backstory for her that she's, the reason she has the face, just the ever like stoic face, is because she's locked all her emotions away. But he captured her as he sees her, as he imagines her at her best. It's just her crying with happiness. I see this. I already see where that development is going for sure. But to the war. We get. Yes, we do. He builds himself a wyvern, brings it to life, and of course, the first thing the wyvern does is ask him why he's made so shitty. Why does everything always like talk back to him right away? But he gets a wyvern. Merchant homeboy. Is it Minpan? Mupan. He makes it with the entire arsenal and cavalry things he asked him to collect. Gets in there. They start smithing. They get ready. They get prepared. The army appears, and it's just field of undead everywhere. Orc, skeleton, getting ready to take this on. He gives the call out, goes for the charge, and just the clash that occurs, and him just watching this, just stroking his chin. Where are they best suited? How do I manage them efficiently? Just overseeing the entire battle, not moving. Just how do I make sure that I end out with the best results? As always.
He looks at the big guy, goes, him.
Yeah. Right away. Just like, I need to kill him.
That seems pretty obvious.
I mean, not always. There's always usually a giant juggernaut, but that's not the main boss. You know that.
No,
that's just a distraction.
He knew that was just the first wave. He was like, bitches, get back in line. Like,
he's like, get back to work.
I mean, at first he didn't. He was just like he knocks off its head, and he gets a comment from, like, you think this was it? And then all of a sudden he just lion roars at the entire crew and tells them to motherfucking get back to where they need to be in positions again.
No, the best part of that was when he was like, let me throw bandages over there. Man, let me throw food for you. Man. Like, wait, we didn't have time to eat in this fight.
You get food.
What? He's like Martha Stewart. Come on, you've seen him. He basically is the Martha Stewart, or the Elzar. What's your problem? I got what you need. There you are. What's that? You hungry? There you are. He's just ready. He's tossing stuff out. He's basically like Ezeo. I got you. I got them CDs, them DVDs, them $5. You what you need? He's all around. He's just selling stuff. He's ready for this. He's doing what he's doing. I just like in the one panel, the orc, when he like throws the food, the one orc's just standing behind him, like scratching his head, like, what the fuck is this? What am I supposed to do with this? Like, he just
all the back talk he got from the elf.
And then he makes that comment about like putting the elves in the front as a vanguard, leaving them to get killed because they're not grateful. But yeah, so the first wave gets completely taken out. Perfect scores all around for that. But the second wave is where the real shit pops off, and we get a Grim Reaper.
He ended up killing things too fast, and they're like, here's the second wave, third wave, and fourth wave at the same time.
The Banshees, a Grim Reaper, and mummies.
All at the same time.
I was just like, this is like all over the place of undead. I guess it said an undead army, but they really meant undead. They're just pulling from every bit of mythological lore for this. But of course, Weed being is just ever ready and prepared, seems 100% ready to take on the wave as it comes, because he reorganizes everybody. He gets while the banshees are summoning like ghosts that are possessing some folks, he gets them to like just knock them down, get them unpossessed, and then the dark elves are taking out the ghosts and the banshees. The mummies are being handled by the orcs down below in the cavalry. He's got the priest doing healing spells and buffing.
He's got the knights also.
I mean, this is basically just, you know, the commander of a World of Warcraft army, you know, more or less. He's basically just making everybody like, all right, you know, spellcasters do spellcasting, healers should be healing, DPS should be DPSing, and all the tanks should be pulling aggro. I'm kind of waiting for. Granted, we did a little cutoff showing the other group doing their thing, because apparently they're just XP hunting right now. And they don't seem to know what's going on, but yet the whole world is tuning into this right now, because they have the opening chapter from one of them was like the Royal Road like news thing, and they were all commenting on this quest, and they were all saying like it's completely fucking, it's gonna blow up, like this is 100% gonna fail, and who's ever doing it is going to fail hard. They should have ran away.
And then they're watching it like, oh.
Yeah, I'm wondering what.
No.
They haven't
the
shown
best
it
bit
yet.
was like, what's his name? The merchant dude. He's sitting there watching, and then the rest of the group is like, hey, we haven't heard from you for a while. Where are you at? He's like, let me get back to you for a second. I'm watching this really cool fight over here.
Can I put you on hold, please?
which is just amazing. Like the group doesn't seem to know what he's doing right now, yet the whole world is basically watching this simulcast.
They're over here catching manfish.
Yeah, that poor manfish. Why so many twice? Why so many manfish? We get the one over in motherfucking TrashHero just bulked up, and now this one. I don't understand with that.
Oh, man.
I don't know if all the mangekis and the webtoon artists like paired up and were like, we're gonna put manfish. Like that's a good idea. We should do that too. She just
They're all in a conference call on Zoom. It was like, so should we put manfishes in here?
Yeah, we should put some just manfish in. It's just something cool. But yeah, so the battle's underway. It looks like it's probably going to be a nice wash all around for Weed, unless the Reaper has some weird ability that pulls out of his ass, which I'm going to guess he can either re-raise all the army he's killed, or the Reaper is the actual like main boss of everything. I don't know. We still haven't seen like the actual leader of the undead army yet.
Hey man, the Latin music hasn't started playing yet.
Nope, no, it hasn't. We haven't seen someone appear with a one-panel like silhouette over them and a bubble speech that's just like, you think that you can truly beat me, and they're like, there he is. I'm kind of surprised. Well, I guess he probably wouldn't pull them out yet, because the one strategy he has at the end is that he's going to use a bunch of wyverns in order to take them on, and I haven't seen him pull out.
That's his trump.
Is it a drill hand?
Like sleeve.
What's up?
It's his ace in the
yeah,
hole.
That's true. It's supposed to be his ace in the hole, but I haven't seen him
for-
pull out his 2 summons yet, though. That's surprising. I haven't seen him pull out the Black Knight, and I haven't seen him pull out his vampire. So I'm kind of wondering when those 2 might make an appearance, if they make an appearance. But I feel like that'll be like for when the boss shows up and he's like, all right, distractions. Because I mean, what else would he use them for?
And go.
Yep. You 2 take care of this. I'm tired.
Go take a nap right over here.
yeah.
I'll see you out later.
Are you hurt? Bandages. And you? Soup. Oh, you love it, Ark. You know it's so cool. He's just a convenience store on wheels. I'm always there when you need me.
How that works now, okay.
Exactly. But other than that, that's everything I had on that bit. You guys got anything I missed there?
No.
Anything else? No? Why? Are you tired, buddy? You sound like you're ready to take a nap.
I took a nap before this.
Oh, okay. So this is you at medium to high level. Got it. Okay. Well. Yeah. Well, that does bring us to the end of this episode. We actually hit everything good. We got it all the way out. And also, this will be the actual end episode for our first season. We're gonna actually take a little bit of a break after this, get some new things cooking and do some new revamping. Cause
wait.
What's up?
Tell them we still have ramblings to do. Don't worry. This is
the last episode of this season, but we will still be putting out some more content. There is still another episode that will be coming for ramblings to hold people over in the meantime. But we will be back after. I think we're gonna take about a 3-week to 4-week break for this one, since normally we do it bi-weekly. But we're gonna take a little bit of time and get everything moving all around. So if you do notice that, hey, we haven't come back in about a month, you're gonna be like, don't freak out, we're not gone, we didn't quit, we're just taking a little bit of time off for right now. Got a lot of cooking and a lot of other things to do. But yeah, if you can, definitely check out some of the other videos while you have time. Definitely go hit up our other homies over on Project Manga. They're doing a great job right now. We're working on a collab with them. I'm also working on a collab not with the Worst Podcast, but with the Hunters Association right now as well. But yeah, thank you all and everyone for tuning in for this and all of our episodes. We appreciate everything you've done so far, and we really do like to hear from the community as well. We want to keep doing this as much as possible. But Jimmy, you want to go and take us out?
Sure. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this episode of the Project WEBTOON podcast. If you guys enjoyed it, please subscribe down below and make sure to leave a like on the video. That'll make us all very happy over here. If you guys want to stay updated with our stuff whenever we put up a new video, hit the little notification bell down below as well. And also check us out on all my links all my links linked down below in the description for our Facebook, Twitter, our soon-to-be Twitch, soon-to-be Discord, and as
all
well
the
as
social media.
Apple Podcasts and all that sweet jazz.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, like I said before, thank you all again very, very much. We enjoy doing what we're doing. We're going to try and keep it up as best we can to all of the great abilities that we have. But I will go ahead and close this out for this season. It is your boy, Sleepy.
It's your boy, Seraph here.
This is Archer Goon out.
Hey, everyone take it easy and we'll see you soon.